Hi lovelies, it's Jo from Angels and Ancestors, and again I've had problems with cameras. Really sorry, but the camera shut off halfway through the reading, so I left the cards as they were, as they'd come out. I have moved some of them down so that you can see the rest of them, and I was doing a pentacle reading, so it goes across like that with the Green Witch Tarot, which is these cards here. And then I updated with the Archangels and the Dreams of Gaia. Now, I did give a bit of spiel in the last one and it was quite long, so I'm going to cut it short. I've been having communication with my guide. Now, they've been really quiet on me since I got back from America. But this last couple of days, they have been keep saying to me, what about the other reading? What about the other reading? And I kept thinking, well, is it the Angels and Ancestors reading? I was thinking of doing messages from the angels and messages from the ancestors. And last night I was sitting down and clear as day, it suddenly came to me, it was said in my head, you need to do spiritual readings. There is a lack of spiritual readings. So that's what I'm heading to do. I will still be doing the general readings. I will still be doing the monthly baby readings. But we're going to give this a go weekly, and if it goes okay then we'll do a small weekly one and a more in-depth monthly one. I'll try and do that a different time of the month to the monthly general reading. So I may do the spiritual readings mid-month, so it overlaps 2 months rather than just the 1 month. See how it goes. So what we started off with when we looked at the cards, we started off with an indicator card, which was the High Priest. Now this guy is confident, he's traditional, he believes in celebrating and honouring your traditions, your communities, whatever it is that you believe that you are making your tradition for you and your family. He works closely with that within the magic realms. He is a brilliant mentor, so he's a fantastic teacher. And because this is a spiritual reading, that was really quite relevant to the start of the reading. So then we moved on to the Pentacle. And the first card is Earth, and it's the physical issue. And funnily enough, we got the Four of Rods. Now this got pulled out in one of yesterday's readings as well. And I'm just going to move these cards out of the way because otherwise you can't really see what I'm talking about. So this card is, you've sowed a seed. Doesn't matter whether it was last year, the year before, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you've sowed a seed, you've had a thought, and that thought is coming round and is becoming a fruitful crop, and there's going to be celebrations around this crop, and it's coming together with people to celebrate the coming of this crop. Because it's a spiritual reading, and I was looking at all the cider and everything, which was quite relevant for this time of the year. I was looking at the cider and how that was kind of making me feel, and it kind of made me go back to my childhood years when we finished school and we were doing our, back then it was O-levels, now it's GCSEs and A-levels. But how we used to celebrate. I mean, we were good kids really. We used to get a cider lolly off the lolly man, but I know a lot of the kids today do like a cider. So yeah, so celebrations all round. It looks like there's going to be good results for the GCSEs and the A-levels, but spiritually speaking, I think that everybody who is out seeking something will find something that they can actually start learning and being a part of. So the next card was the High Priestess, and she is in the water position. how it affects your emotions. Now, the High Priestess is psychic. She's intuitive. She is in the know. She knows how to do her magic. The moon guides her. Her cat is her familiar. She's everything that is magical and mystical. So your thoughts and your feelings are obviously moving towards a higher way of being, an ascension, if you like. A lot of you may be feeling vibrational changes within yourselves as you go to a higher level of thinking, of feeling and being. So the High Priestess. So in the air position, and this is how it affects your thoughts. Now your thoughts are looking out across the waters with the Three of Wands. Now when I see this card, normally I think of business, making contacts abroad, or across water, making contracts with other countries to bring in goods for a business or a fair or something like that. But this also, in this particular case, in this spread, this spiritual thing, is making contacts abroad to people who have a similar attitude and thoughts of how they want their lives to be. I believe that you've made connections that you may be missing, and you're looking out across the waters longing for those connections to be face to face. That will happen. That's not far away. It's not far from your thoughts and feelings. So you need to get those out of your thoughts and into... And sorry, that was the dog coming down the stairs. It sounded like thunder. You need to get things out of your thoughts and put it into practice. So if there is something or somebody that's giving you a pull from somewhere else, try and get there. Try and pull out all the stops to do that. And I just got a picture, and the Taj Mahal came into my head. I don't know why. I've never been enticed to go there at all, but if that's your desire, if that's something that you're looking at doing, if that's your ambition, is to go and sit and contemplate, then that is absolutely beautiful. So in your fire quarter, and this is something that you may have to leave behind, we have the King of Wands, and this guy is a businessman. He is very astute. He has been very successful, and he now sits and offers his wisdom and his knowledge to other people who may need it. He also everything he touches has the Midas touch, and he likes to pass that on, and he sits there happy in the knowledge that people are using his wisdom and his knowledge to move themselves forward. Now, because this is what you may need to leave behind, it may be that he's giving you a nudge to make some decisions for yourself, to be more creative by yourself. It doesn't mean that he's going to leave your life altogether, but he just may pull back, and you may have to make those first baby steps on your own. So then we have got the Spirit card, which is the Six of Wands, which is another celebration. It is accolade. It is being recognised for your abilities. So if your abilities is healing, if it's spiritual reading, if it's tarot reading, all sorts of different things, art, craft, anything like that, if that's what you're into, keep in mind this is a spiritual reading, then we are looking at being recognised for that. the circles that you are going to be moving in, or the circles that you are going to be creating to move in, are going to be very positive for you. So the outcome card, and this is a culmination of all the cards, is the Two of Chalices. The Two of Chalices tells us that there is a partnership coming together. It can be business, it can be lovers, but in this particular thing I just heard them say this is a marriage between spirit and between material. It's between spirit and the world that's around us. So the marriage means that there is going to be a complete balance between the two going forward. It's also in your heart space as well. So this is a heart's desire. This is something that you are striving for, to achieve, to marry your spiritual life with your everyday life, and make sure the two merge, but merge in such a way that they are seamless together. Now, at the bottom of the deck with this one, when I was reading the cards together, I kind of like got the feeling that somebody, or a lot of you, were kind of hiding your light under a bushel. And when I turned this over, I was really shocked, and it's the Lord of Shadows. And basically what he means is that you're coming out into the light. You're leaving the shadows behind, and you're coming out into the light, and you're going to make your presence felt and known. And those around you are going to be surprised about this achievement of yours, because I get the feeling there's a lot of you out there that may reach out through the internet, but to move in physical circles, that could be difficult for some of you, but it's going to happen. You are going to have to, not have to, but you are going to make that step into the sunshine to bring forward the spirituality and the way that you want to live your life in the light. So then we turn to the Archangel cards. And the first card we pulled out was Seven of Michael, and the second card was the High Priestess. Again, we have the High Priestess twice. So Seven of Michael says there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all details. So don't be cut off. Do not think that alone working is the only way. I prefer to be a lone worker, but since I've been doing my spiritual stuff and I've been doing the tarot readings, I've really become appreciative of the community that has absorbed me and is giving me the opportunities to develop my skills. And it's a community that I never thought that I would have connections in, and I am extremely grateful for those connections. So then you have the High Priestess, and this says powerful psychic insights, reflection, meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So you have got the High Priestess twice, which goes back to me when I mentioned about ascension and a higher way of living and being. When you start to meditate, you kind of like try to make it like rocket science, and it isn't. It's very simple. It is just sitting in peace. It is just sitting and absorbing, and it's just sitting. Sometimes in nature you can just go and sit on the grass somewhere and just let the earth, let the planet take all of the energies that worry you, all of the energies that drag you down away, so that you can have a clearing out and move your vibration upwards, so that your spirit feels freer to be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Now, I did give a bit of spiel about this in the last thing. I've got this beautiful new deck and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It's called Dreams of Gaia. This is what it looks like. It is beautiful. The artistry is fantastic. And when I pulled these cards out, whenever I see this one is he's an air, he's an angel, and he reminds me of Metatron. And when I pulled him, I could see the clock, the eye, I could see the matrix in this, and I will explain a little bit more about him in a second. The second card we pulled out was the Queen of Water. She is absolutely beautiful, and I'll explain her in a second. And then we pulled out this card, and this card is the Seven of Earth. I will have to read him because he's absolutely beautiful, but I've forgotten already what he stood for. So this card here, the one that reminds me of Metatron, he's about time management, he's about organisation, he's about making your world a little bit more ordered, so you're not spending time wasting looking for stuff that maybe you need, and it's got lost in some of the, I know that I live in muddles, but we've all got that drawer that we sort of like need batteries from and all the rest of it. And he's just saying to us, get a little bit more organised, have a clear out, have a tidy up, you know, use your time fruitfully. If you want to do this spiritual stuff, you need to make time to do the spiritual stuff. So the mundane stuff really needs to be in order. And he also went on in the book, and he also went on to say, and when I say I see the matrix, I really do see the matrix, but he's saying, get off your bum, get off of that computer, because you're using that computer as a way to actually block your spiritual self. It's blocking you from writing that wonderful novel or painting that beautiful picture that would last for generations. He's saying, now come on, this is your spirituality, this is your way of expressing yourself. Do not use the matrix to opt out of doing what your heart's desire wants to do. So then we have the Queen of Water. Now she is everything that is beautiful, she is everything that is loving and caring. She picks up when her friends have got something wrong and they are upset, and she attracts people to her because of her wonderful, caring, beautiful nature. And I am going to read for you what it says about when she turns up in your reading, because it is lovely. Let's just find her Queen of Water when she turns up. When the Queen of Water appears in your card, she signifies a very affirming and positive energy, for she is the true epitome of love in all its forms. Take heart and know that the bright days are ahead. I think that's just gorgeous, and in a spiritual reading it's wonderful. So then I'm going to go to the Earth card. I only read him a little while back, and I've absolutely forgotten what it said, but I know it's very poignant to what we're talking about. And if you look at the card, he's got a snake around his neck, but he's got all the chakras down around his body, and the tree of life is above him, and he's grounded and rooted. And it says meditation, grounding and connection, cycles, changes, interactions, purification and stress. The seventh of Earth symbolises the need to be both nurture and maintain a connection between spirit and self and the world around us. Ground, integrate and connect. It is time to meditate and still your mind. Make a habit of taking the time to sit and meditate in nature and allow all the stress and the flow out of you. It's just what I was saying a little bit earlier. Breathe deeply, allow yourself to relax and become one with Gaia and the Great Spirit. And it goes on to say, you do not have to believe, you just have to allow yourself to be still, at peace, free from the impurities and worries that cloud your senses and good judgment. So they were those cards. And then I looked at the bottom of the deck and I was a bit blown away by the bottom of the deck, because I'll turn it over in a second, because it's another card with the chakras down the middle, but this is a water card. It is the 8 of water. And this card says gratitude, appreciation, delight, joyfulness, happiness, positivity, pride and harmony. The 8 of water symbolises how positive state of appreciation and gratitude can influence our lives and environment for the better. When we make a conscious choice to take pride in all that we do and appreciate all that we have, you open yourself to good vibrations and more reasons to be happy. And then it goes on to say, when the 8 of water appears in your reading, he symbolises the importance of expressing gratitude and appreciation we all have in good lives. Cherish it in the here and now. Well, for the first reading, and I just remembered that I didn't do the bottom of the deck for the archangels, and it just caught my eye. And after all of this, I am going to use this as the ending card. I love this new guide deck. I love all the decks that I use, I really do. But for the very first spiritual reading for us to do, where we are celebrating this spirituality, we are already aware of our abilities to heal, to be able to meditate, to be able to psychically connect with others and spiritually connect with the other world, and use our traditions and our communities to push ourselves forward, and celebrate that wholeheartedly, and then have the time to reflect and use that time wisely, and to go on and then be grateful. I just think I'm just blown away by the whole reading. So the last card is the Page of Gabriel. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities and excitement for adventure. So that is the last card. Look, it's been lovely reading this for you. I just wish that it had worked the first time round. So please enjoy this. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the spiritual readings, and if you want me to use any other decks. The guide asked me not to use the oracle decks in these readings. He wanted me to use tarot decks, but he left me to choose the decks that I was using. I am very pleased with this outcome for you guys, and I just love reading for you. So leave me a comment below, like, share and subscribe if you would please, and let people know where I am and what I'm doing. Bright blessings until next time. Bye bye.